Hey everyone, Dylan here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the skateboards that I have owned throughout, my life. I don't know if anyone will care about this video, but that is okay. So of course, I know if you do not know this, when I was about like 12, 13, I skateboarded for like 2 years, maybe more, somewhere around there. And so I probably skateboarded till I was about like 15, maybe. And throughout those years, I owned a couple different skateboards, like skateboard decks. And I just wanted to kind of talk about it and group it into a story video as well for the first skateboard I got and all those kinds of things. So where we begin is I had a friend who started to get into skateboarding, and I messed around with one of his boards before. I started to get interested myself, and I talked to my parents about it, and I can't remember if it was a birthday gift or not, but I ended up getting this $12, $13 skateboard from Walmart. Do not do that. If you want to get a first skateboard, do not get one from Walmart. Pay the extra money and get something better. Walmart's back then, of course, that was, oh God, how long ago was that? If I was 12 or 13, oh my God, I don't want to think about that. I feel old. Anyways, so when I was about 12 or 13, like I said, I got this skateboard, and it was very thick, a very thick, cheap, crappy board. And, I think I learned how to do an ollie on it. It was not a good board. It was bad to control. And I was at my friend's one day, and we were practicing a trick called Primo. It might be called something else as well, but that's just what I remember being called. It's when you're standing on the board, and then you kind of push your foot back on the edge of it to push the board up, so that way you're standing on it sideways, like on top of the wheels and trucks. And I was doing that in the grass because I was too afraid to hit it and fall and hurt myself on concrete. And so, if I would have fell and hit the grass and ground. But I was doing that, and then I actually did it, and then I went to push down to go land, and I landed on the middle of the board, and it just went and just snapped in half. Because that's what Walmart boards do. They're very cheap and crappy. And so that same day, my friend, he ended up getting money from his mom, and that same day, he took me to a shop that sold bikes and skateboards and stuff, and he actually bought me a new skateboard deck. It was basically the same one that he had gotten. He had, I don't know if this is actually a brand. I don't remember 100%. I think it is, but it was a board. I think it was called a blank board. I don't know if that's an actual brand, but it was just, it was a skateboard deck with just a color. It didn't have a graphic. It was just one color, but it was still it was thinner, better made. It just had the shape of a, more professional skateboard. So a good one. And they were $30 for the skateboard deck. Compared to, more graphical ones or more higher name brands are $40, $50, $60, and that's just for the deck. But he ended up getting that for me, and what's interesting is he got light blue grip tape on his. The bottom of the board was red, and he had light blue grip tape. I don't remember if he chose that willingly or if they just didn't have black grip tape, because a big thing about this shop is they often, a lot of times, ran out of grip tape. Black grip tape. It was very popular, and they ran out a lot. And so I don't remember if I had the same problem, but I ended up getting dark blue grip tape. So the only ways to really tell our boards apart was that I had dark blue grip tape while he had light blue. And like I said, I don't remember if they were out of black grip tape then as well, and that's why I chose blue, but whatever. So dark blue grip tape and red deck. And it was a $30 board, and that was really cool that he did that. He gave me some of his own trucks, and trucks are the metal part that goes into the bottom of the board that also holds the wheels. That's the trucks. He gave me a pair of those as well as wheels. And so with that, thanks to him, I got this like really nice, better skateboard. The trucks weren't the greatest in the world, but they still worked for my purposes. And so yeah, it was, I believe it's called a blank. I don't know if blanks are a brand or if that's just what it was at that particular shop is what they were calling it. I don't know. Maybe someone in the comments down below, if they know anything about this, can let me know. But that was my second skateboard. I don't know what happened to it. Eventually, I got another skateboard after it. I don't know if it broke. Maybe it broke and wore down or something. Because I probably skated it a lot and I eventually wore it down. And maybe that's just it, because I don't remember breaking that one, to be honest, but it was so long ago, maybe I did, or maybe it just got worn down and I got something else. But so yeah, I don't know what happened to it, but either way, I moved on from that. And then I got another board, and it is that I got a BAM Heartogram, because it was actually I don't know if this one came with trucks or not. It might have been the whole complete board. With trucks and wheels. A lot of skateboard decks don't come with any of that. It's just the board. But I believe this one did, and that's why I really wanted it. But whatever the case is, I did buy it, and it was a decent board. And what it was is when I say BAM Heartogram, it's based off of Bam Margera. He's a character in I mean, he kind of is a person in. Jackass. He was a skateboarder, and he had his symbol, and it was basically the board was a light blue, and then in the middle of the board it had this symbol. It was basically like a heart with a triangle like on top of it or under it, one of the two. I don't 100% remember, but and it was just like white lines making it, so it wasn't filled in underneath except for, you know, the light blue coloring, and that was all it was really. And yeah, it was called a BAM Heartogram board, and I skated that for a while. I remember what happened to that one. I broke it. I skateboarded it for a while, and it was probably fine from what I remember. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but maybe like 30, 40 bucks. I broke it because skateboarders get very mad, and we throw our skateboards. Even if it's really expensive to replace, we do it anyway. It's very stupid, I know. But when you're like working, like, you know, trying to do a trick or learn a new trick, and you keep working at it, it's hot out, you're getting really pissed off, and then you just throw your board, and sometimes you throw it wrong and you break it. And so I don't remember what trick I was trying to do, but I got very mad and I threw the board. Now, I either threw it at the ground, which is probably what I threw it at, or I threw it at a tree, because we had a big tree in our yard near my driveway is where I skateboarded at. And I wasn't with my friend with this. I was skateboarding on my own at my house. And I either threw it at the tree, this big dense tree, or I threw it at the ground. And one of the corners sides just broke off. It like broke off. Because, you know, there's two curves. I don't know why I have to explain this. Maybe because I'm blind and I don't know. It's bad. But the two curves, one of the curves snapped off. And luckily, I could still use it because the side that snapped off was like, you know, I just didn't have a nose. I still had the tail, which I could do tricks on, but it was just broken off with the wood sticking out. And luckily it didn't break off any further because the trucks still functioned fine. But it wasn't nice skating on that afterwards, though. I mean, it was broken, and it looked bad. If I like brought it to my friend's house to skateboard, it just looked so terrible. But that's what you get. You rage out and you pay the price afterwards. And it sucks because I felt worse. I was even madder when it broke off. It didn't make my pain, it didn't make my rage any better, but we do that and learn our lessons. And so that was my third skateboard. And now my fourth skateboard and final skateboard that I would really have, for the most part, was this one was a little more special to me, and it's because I got it for a birthday present / I earned it. And I say that because there was a guy like 2 doors down from where I lived, and I knew him and talked to him and stuff and got advice from him. And he was a little bit older, and I worked for him for like 2 different days, and I worked one day 1 hour and another day like 2 hours, and he paid me $8 an hour. And so with that, I worked those times doing the different odd jobs and stuff that he wanted me to do, and then he paid me. And then I got birthday money to pair with that. And I believe, like, he gave me 24, and then I got like $20 for my birthday. It might have been like 15 at this time. And so I ended up buying a skateboard deck. So it was half a birthday present, which means something as well. But it was also halfway earned from my own hard work and labor. So it meant a lot. And so what board I ended up getting was I got an Alien... I got an Alien, or a Rob Dyrdek Alien Workshop skateboard deck. And it was actually interesting because it was actually wider than I was used to. I never knew that boards got a little bit wider. I think this one was like an 8.0 in like width. And so I had never experienced that before, and I didn't know that when I was buying the board, I don't think. Or maybe I did, and I just didn't think it would have mattered. But so it felt a little different when I got it. But if I had to describe what the deck looked like, I'm going to try to remember it my best. I believe it was a dark purple with like the base. It had like Rob Dyrdek, like his name, along like some of the spots, and then it had the aliens, maybe like the green aliens over it. There might have been a purple alien. I don't completely remember. I know there were some green aliens, dark purple background, and then like Rob Dyrdek's name like a couple of times throughout the thing. It was a cool board, and I believe I paid like $40 for it and bought it off eBay. So that was my most expensive skateboard deck I bought. Also, like I said, earned and all that. And the same day I got it, I think that like this particular deck did not come with grip tape, and I don't think in that one I didn't realize. So I was like, oh crap, I gotta get grip tape. And I remember the shop that my friend had taken me to. So I went there to get grip tape for it. And I do remember that they did not have black grip tape then either, I don't think, because I wanted black grip tape. So then I ended up going with a purple. I believe it was a dark purple grip tape. And I really wanted black, man. They never had black. Like, it was always like taken. And so they ended up giving it to me for free. Sometimes the dudes there, when they give you grip tape or something, they'd be really cool and like not make you pay for the grip tape that they gave you, and then they put it on for you. So it was actually really cool. It was cool when they did that and didn't make you pay for it. But yeah, so that was kind of my board. It was a purple board, like dark purple grip tape, which was not my first choice, of course. But and then what I explained to you is the bottom of the skateboard deck. I honestly don't completely remember what happened to that one either. I think it got stolen once. I think I was at my friend's house and I left it outside once. Because like I wasn't really that worried about someone stealing it, but he lived in kind of a shady area. So maybe I should have thought about it more, but I was like 14, 15. I didn't really think about it. And I believe it just ended up getting stolen, and that really sucks. So, but yeah, that wasn't one. It's probably the one that meant, well, the one that really meant a lot to me, like I said, was the one that he bought for me. It meant a lot for me. He just got money and spent it all on this new board for me. And I knew he didn't get money a lot like that. So I really appreciated it and felt it. So that one was important to me. And then, of course, the one I earned and was like halfway earned and was also for my birthday. Cared about that one. I did get another skateboard deck technically later on. Kind of. The same guy that like paid me to do work that one time, and I did work for him differently, but he ended up like getting this like skateboard deck from a yard sale, and it was crap. I gotta be honest, it was crap. It was a cheap crap board, not as bad as a Walmart board, but still not great. But he ended up giving it to me, and I did end up skating with that until I eventually quit skateboarding. Eventually my friend, I might tell a story about that when me and my friend tried to make a skateboard deck like business. But he ended up spray painting it. We ended up sanding it down, and then he spray painted it and put the Amp Energy logo, because I used to drink Amp Energy drinks a lot. They used to be my favorite, and so he put painted it black and then put the Amp Energy logo on it with white spray paint. And it was pretty cool, and that was kind of like my last skateboard. I mean, it was still crappy, but he at least made it look cooler. So yeah, so I guess I've had 5 if I count that one, but my last real good one and one was the Alien Workshop, Rob Deerdeck one. But yeah, those are kind of the skateboards I used. I ended up just quitting because I the friends that I used to skateboard with kind of broke apart, scattered. My friend ended up going somewhere else. He ended up, a lot of stuff happened with him, and then I lost contact with him, and then I was just kind of by myself and just got bored with skateboarding, so I just kind of just stopped doing it. But I might try it again one of these days, being blind, see if I have any muscle memory, after 10 years of doing it, or after 10 years of not doing it and being blind, see how far I get if I don't bust my ass. But yeah, anyways, those are the skateboards I've owned and I have had. Let me know, what your favorite skateboard brands are and what you think about all this and that. Sorry if I keep itching my back. I think I got bit by a spider or something. But anyways, yeah. But yeah, thank you guys. I just wanted to talk about that and wrap it into a story as well. So thank you guys for watching and thank you guys for listening. I will see you in the next video.